Please be seated. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to invite Mr. Chris Tobin, representative of the Darug people, to offer the traditional welcome to country. Chris.
Thank you. Budri Mulinawul, everyone. Nalawa. Good morning and welcome to the lands of the Wallamedigal. I belong to one of the local Aboriginal families of the Darug people, the traditional custodians over this part of the country. I wish to firstly pay my respects to the country and its people, and to thank the university for their acknowledgement of us and the invitation to welcome you here this morning. That acknowledgement is important for our people and much appreciated. My family, in fact, descend from Yarramundi, a respected elder and cleverman of the Burrabrongal clan during the early years of colonisation. He saw that our survival in this new world could best be secured if we could learn more about it. And so he enrolled his daughter Bulgari, or Maria, into the Native Institute, a school set up in 1815 by Governor Macquarie, offering formal education to Aboriginal children. Maria studied there for several years and used her newly acquired skills to lobby and eventually secure some land for herself and her family out along the Richmond Road. Other Aboriginal families soon joined them, and it became known as the Blackstown, where the present-day city of Blacktown gets its name from. We are very proud of her, as I'm sure your families are of you here today. And with good reason. Your success is our success. Your advancement, our advancement. Now that was probably better understood in traditional times when camp groups were smaller and lived by the strict sharing laws that meant that the food that you caught and brought back was distributed throughout the rest of the camp. Your skills and good fortune were thus enjoyed by all. Your efforts literally nourished the rest of the community. And you in turn were looked after by them. Yes, we can live quite beautifully when we work together. Our Aboriginal ancestors certainly lived well in many respects. And I use occasions like this to offer them to yourselves as a model or a benchmark on how good to expect your lives today. You see, when Captain Cook arrived here a little over 200 years ago, he described the people he encountered as one of the happiest people he had met in the world. They had nothing, he wrote, but the tools they carried. They were naked, they made their shelters from the bark of trees without cutting them down, and harvested food from the earth without excessive tilling. There was no slavery, no rich and poor, and no homelessness. Armies were unheard of, as were forts, jails, or even fences. People cooperated to collect the resources that were needed, which were then shared out according to strict Aboriginal law. Our lands were maintained in their natural state through fire and responsible harvesting, and our rivers and waterways kept clean and unpolluted, with people drinking out of them as they have done here for the past 20,000 years. So remember, this is not a dream or an ideal. This was normal life, and for the longest time, and not so very long ago. So I don't see any reason why we should expect less for ourselves and our children than what our ancestors enjoyed. Admittedly, there's a lot more of us now. But we're a clever people, and I believe there is still much magic in the world. So people, I would say expect your lives to be great and wonderful. It normally is, and we are normally a very happy people. So continue to follow that beautiful spirit within you that's got you this far, and try not to lose sight of the things that are truly important. And I believe together we will put together a world that we can be proud of and a future that is worthy of our children. We can all do our bit. I'll do mine now by winding up and letting you graduate. Just want to say congratulations to all of you and all the best in our collective futures. Thank you. Welcome to country. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce the Chancellor of Macquarie University, the Honourable Michael Egan AO. Chancellor.
Thank you, Chris Tobin, for your welcome to country. Well, graduands, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, first I want to thank all of you for coming. A graduation ceremony is a very important celebration of achievement. the achievements, of course, of our graduands, but also of the university. So it's very good that you're here, and I'm very grateful that you are. I also want to especially thank those of you who have brought children with you. It's good for them that they're here, because their memories of today and of the importance of today may one day be the thing that inspires them to emulate the successes of today's graduands. And their presence is also good for us, because every celebration is enhanced by the presence of children. Now, unless children have changed enormously since I was a child, few of them will be able to stay quiet or still for the duration of a graduation ceremony. And I don't expect them to or want them to, and I don't want you to worry if they don't. They are most welcome, and please let them run around and make as much commotion as they like. And I don't know whether we've got any babies here today. Usually we have a few. I can often hear them, but I can't today. But I'm sure there'll be one or two at least scattered towards the back of the auditorium. Now, babies will cry, and we don't mind if they cry their lungs out, and you're not to feel that you have to take them outside when they do. We actually like them to cry, because from our experience, we know that a baby that cries his or her lungs out during a graduation ceremony is back within 25 years to take out their first PhD, so we encourage it. Now, the most important thing today is that our graduands have a great day, and they will only have a great day if they relax. Some of you look relaxed, but others look as though you're about to go into the exam room rather than collect your degree. Truly nothing can go wrong today. Well, I suppose it can. This thing can fall off. Or sometimes young women, particularly those wearing nice high heels, can trip and fall over. But that's okay. These highly educated people here and highly paid, their job is to pick you up and send you on your way. So just sit back and relax and have a great day, because you deserve to enjoy the day. You deserve to take pride in your graduation. Completing a degree is never easy. You need an intelligent and inquiring mind. You need determination and perseverance, and you need to make many sacrifices. So welcome and congratulations to each and every one of you. I also want to congratulate all of you who are here today as the guests of our graduands, because if you think about it for a moment too, you've all obviously done well. The very fact that you're here, the fact that you've been invited by one of our graduands to share one of the great days of their lives, is proof positive that you've been very important in their lives and in the successes that we celebrate today. And I don't want you to think either that observing today's graduation is the end of your role. I have another important service for you to perform for our newest graduates, as they will soon become. I want you to make sure that the degrees they receive today are never ever put in a bottom drawer, but are always proudly displayed in a position of prominence. Now, the ceremony that we're about to participate in is one of the world's oldest social rituals. For centuries, graduates have been donning robes, just like the ones our graduands are wearing today, and participating in ceremonies just like this one. Indeed, there are some 50 universities in the world which can trace their history back more than 500 years. Now, Macquarie, of course, is not one of those 500. We're a very young university, celebrating our 50th Jubilee only 2 years ago. We proudly take our name from Australia's greatest colonial governor, Governor Lachlan Macquarie, a man whose greatness and achievements were never acknowledged by his contemporaries, but only by history. Those of us who went to school in New South Wales were taught that Macquarie was a great builder, but his greatest legacy had nothing to do with bricks and mortar. His greatest legacy was the ethos he established, much to the annoyance of the British authorities, of an egalitarian society, because it was Macquarie's insistence that in this fledgling convict colony there be no distinction between the free and the freed that was the foundation of the Australian notion of a fair go for all. And that is the legacy, a fair go for all, that here at Macquarie we will always aim to maintain and honour. After our first 52 years, we now have more than 170,000 Macquarie graduates living in more than 140 countries. Macquarie is a very modern and outward-looking university. We're now ranked in the top 2% of the world's universities. From our beginnings, we have defied the traditional boundaries of academia. We have pioneered and continue to pioneer learning and teaching approaches that challenge conventions and shift thinking. Our students play a major role in their own learning and are empowered to guide what and how they learn. We're also research pioneers. Our framework for the future, world-leading research with world-changing impact, is brought to life by renowned researchers whose bold and innovative solutions to issues of global significance are of enormous benefit to the world we live in. And by the way, that's not an idle boast, it's not just mere words. I'm sure all of you at some stage use or benefit from the existence of Wi-Fi. Now, Wi-Fi was not developed at Harvard University or Oxford University or Cambridge or Stanford, not even at the Australian National University or Melbourne University or Sydney University or the University of New South Wales. No, Wi-Fi was developed by Macquarie University scientists in conjunction with scientists from the CSIRO. And I'm sure you'll agree that that's something that we can be very proud of. We're also rather proud of some of our new facilities. On your way here today, you may have seen our Macquarie University Hospital, which is only a few years old. The hospital forms part of a very exciting medical enterprise, which will be Australia's first fully integrated academic health sciences centre under a university's leadership. We are the only university in Australia that owns and operates its own hospital. And it truly is a fabulous hospital. I can attest to that personally. A couple of years ago, I was a patient for 3 days, and I can tell you without any hesitation that the level of care and attention is absolutely first class, especially when you're the Chancellor. So I can recommend it to you. Other outstanding new facilities include our library, which is only a few years old, our Australian Hearing Hub, which is a world-leading institute in hearing and language sciences, a state-of-the-art media centre, a newly launched simulation hub for teaching and research, and cutting-edge science laboratories. Now, that's not to say that all of our lecture rooms and laboratories are first class. Unfortunately, they're not. In fact, some are downright terrible. But we plan to fix that, and in the very near future, we'll be announcing some very exciting plans for a major physical transformation of our campus. So we're looking forward, and we're on the move. Here at Macquarie, we have a very clear and straightforward mission, and that mission is to transform people's lives and to improve the lives not just of our own students, but also of people all around the globe by the work and achievements of our graduates and by the fruit of our research. We want Macquarie always to be a leader in teaching and learning and a leader in the accumulation of knowledge and understanding. In other words, an ideal community of scholars. And graduands, in just a few minutes, it will be my very great honour to confer your degrees upon you and welcome you as lifelong members of that community of scholars we proudly call Macquarie University. Well, graduands and ladies and gentlemen, it's now my great pleasure to introduce our occasional speaker, Ms. Jane Bridge. Jane is the managing partner of a specialist advisory firm working with boards of companies in Australia. Jane came to Australia to teach for the textile industry after studying and working in England and Ireland. Moving from education into public administration, she worked in senior human resources and policy roles for the New South Wales Government. Jane developed an interest in boards, how they worked, what they did and who was on them, and left government to found Boardroom Partners, providing advice on matters of governance, completing research on contemporary boardroom issues and placing qualified people into suitable positions as independent directors. As a senior woman in business, Jane is a long-standing member of Chief Executive Women, Australia's preeminent organisation for women leaders, and for the past 4 years has been on the Council of the University of Wollongong. Ladies and gentlemen, I now invite Jane Bridge to deliver the occasional address. Please welcome Jane Bridge.
Chancellor, faculty members, staff, distinguished guests, families and friends of our most important attendees, graduands, good morning. Thank you for the invitation to speak to you today. Macquarie University has very high ambitions for itself as an institution and for each of you as its ambassadors, world-leading research with world-changing impact, as the Chancellor has said. I think that's a great launching pad for all of you today, and I'm sure your degree will carry you far in the world. As a woman who graduated with my first degree almost 40 years ago, that's scary, I would like to share with just 3 ideas with you from my working life. Firstly, that graduation, I think, is very much not an end, but just a beginning. Secondly, the importance of honesty, of having some core values and some authenticity in your life. And thirdly, that collaboration and competition are both essential for a successful career. If I can speak just briefly to each of those, I understand that your graduation is a significant event in your life, and today's ceremony may feel like an end of an era after all the time and effort that you've devoted to your degree. For many of you, with your families and friends, they may all be breathing a great sigh of relief. I too found that graduating was a relief, but also the beginning of the next stage of my life, and I'm sure you'll do the same. When I finished my first degree, I was convinced that I knew what I wanted to do. And I did it for a while, but it didn't really match my dreams, and I knew that I needed to change. I came to Australia, I finished more studies and changed my career quite easily. Later, like many women, having children and managing a career and a family proved to be exhilarating and exhausting at the same time. And after more study, I made another career move to allow me to manage my life better. In every job, I have learned from people around me. Some taught me what I promised myself I would never do. While others were great examples of getting things done really well. Some showed me how to work with difficult people or to deal with stress or time management. Later, when I worked in the public sector, my career came to an end when the government changed. And while this wasn't planned, it gave me the opportunity to rethink how I might use my skills and experience and really consider what did I enjoy doing. Working as a consultant and then starting a business have been great experiences for me, but ones that I'd never contemplated when I first left university. Recognising opportunities and taking risks have been important to me, and I've found that having an open mind to new ideas and learning not only makes any sort of work more interesting, but also lets you have a whole lot more fun. Remember that your mind only works when it's open, just like a parachute. Keep your interest in learning alive, whether it's riding a surfboard, designing a website, or studying quantum physics, it doesn't matter. These are all important and essential for a productive and enjoyable life. Henry Ford believed that anyone who stops learning is old, whether they were 20 or 80, and that anyone who keeps learning stays young. See, there's hope for all of us. Formal education will not provide everything you need to know, but a university degree does signal to the world that you've reached a level of study that is internationally recognised. Equally, understanding what you don't know is also important. I've been reading a biography of an American dancer who lived 150 years ago, and she said when she finished college, "I learned 3 important things: how to use a library, how to memorise information quickly, and how to drop asleep at any time given a horizontal service and 15 minutes. What I could not learn was to think creatively on schedule. Obviously, she learnt that elsewhere, given her success as a choreographer in later life. Recognising what you need to learn is very important part of success. So don't be afraid to ask for help and seek out new experiences if you want to do better instead of just doing the same. In my work with boards, the person who has a well-rounded life with interests and passions, as well as qualifications, is a much better proposition for a board than someone who's devoted their life to a single job to the exclusion of everything else. The value of a broad education is well documented, and there are some wonderful examples of individuals in Australia and overseas who've ended in life far from where they graduated. Jack Ma, the Alibaba chairman, studied English literature, for instance. So did Gordon Cairns, who was the CEO of Lion Nathan, and then went on to be chairman of David Jones. David Thodey, who was the CEO of Telstra and is now the chairman of CSIRO, studied anthropology at university and talks widely about what a great basis it was for teaching him how to think and ask difficult questions. Gail Kelly studied Latin and ancient Greek, but went on to be the head of Westpac Bank. So your business or economic or accounting degrees today, I think, provide a great basis for you in many fields across all areas of employment. Don't feel limited. And for those of you who have not yet settled into the perfect job, Peter Drucker observed that most people, especially highly gifted people, don't really know where they belong until they're well past their mid-20s. By that time, they should have really thought about and worked out what are their strengths, how do they perform, and what are their values, what is important to them. And only when you have worked out these things can you actually decide more formally about a career. That brings me to talk about values and honesty and authenticity. And I believe that being true to yourself and not compromising, while it's very easy to say, it's much more difficult to do at work, especially when you're starting out in your career. However, it will lead you to a more satisfying life and usually a much more successful career. I find that boards generally set the tone at the top in organisations. Some of them realise that and do it well, and others don't. Choosing an employer where your values align with theirs is really important. You'll probably at some point find yourself in confronting or compromising situations at work or at home where you'll have to make a conscious choice about your response. There's a wonderful saying that I've found useful, which is, "It's only with the heart that one can see rightly. What is essential is invisible to the eye." Understanding your own values and boundaries will help you navigate difficult situations, as well as build a reputation for you. A reputation will follow you around like a shadow, and many times it will precede you. So be very conscious of how you choose to behave, particularly in stressful situations. Sometimes it may help to think about what someone else would do in the same situation, someone you admire or trust and respect. The now famous speech of David Morrison when he was head of the army captures this perfectly when he said, "The behaviour you walk past is the behaviour you accept." It's great advice for all of us. My last point is the value of collaboration as well as competition. At university, you have probably worked on group assignments and perhaps, if you're fortunate, spent time with students from other faculties who obviously see the world from a different perspective. Maintaining your networks from university is important and will stand you in good stead for the future as you establish your own path in the world. Collaboration helps and acts as good reassurance for you to push yourself ahead and move forward safely. Quoting Henry Ford again, coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. Again, in my world of boards, while a number of directors make up a board can only speak with one unified voice, often distilled from much debate, but unified all the same. Balancing collaborative effort with a healthy dose of competition can be quite challenging, but it is achievable and satisfying. Maybe you work or hope to work in a collaborative environment, and maybe you play competitive sport when you're finished. Maybe you're involved in some highly competitive area all day and choose to engage in community activities at the weekend. Or maybe you have a role where you can combine both. How you achieve the balance is up to you. My advice is to make sure that you combine both and not let one dominate the other. No one person or single discipline or even academic institution, even Macquarie, has all the answers to any problem these days. The sharing economy is here and there's no denying it. There are texts now on both what's mine is yours and what's yours is mine. And if anyone is any doubt about the importance of collaboration, just think about carpooling, community gardens at a personal level, and the proliferation of innovation hubs where small businesses can share space, ideas and overheads. Finally, the fact that some of our large corporations are putting complex problems onto social media and inviting diverse solutions and approaches and perspectives to solve otherwise impossible problems, for me is another example of good collaborative effort and pooling talent. There is no monopoly on brain power. Similarly, competition will always encourage us to do our best and prove our worth. Competition is an essential factor in business and is healthy and dynamic. Keeping our own competitive instincts alive but in check is useful in today's workplaces. And so my 3 ideas: keep an open mind and involve yourself with many interests, act with values and integrity, and invite help and contribution from others, I hope can all contribute to a productive and enjoyable working life for you. I wish you well in whatever you choose to do. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today, and congratulations once again on the beginning of the rest of your life. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Jane, for a great occasional address, and graduands, I'm sure you'll agree, there was a lot of great advice there. Your mind only works when it is open. That's worth remembering because it's so true. And you do stay young if you keep learning. And always, never be afraid of asking questions, even if you think it might mean that others think you're stupid. You're not if you ask questions. The people who are stupid are the people who don't, and who therefore continue to wallow in their own ignorance. So always be prepared to ask questions, even if you think you'll be a little bit embarrassed by asking them. And always reflect on what you do and what you should be doing. I think Jane deserves another great round of applause for her address. Well, now, graduands, we now come to the key part of the ceremony, the reason we're here. That's the conferring of degrees. I mentioned to you that there's nothing for you to worry about today, but there is, at this part of the ceremony, something for me to worry about. Because I was informed by a friend of mine who is one of Australia's most eminent legal minds, that if I conferred a degree on someone who was not eligible to receive it, there was nothing I could do to take it back. So I have to make sure that each and every one of you is eligible and qualified today to receive your degree. And for that reason, I need to get an assurance from the acting registrar over there that none of you were ever late in submitting an assignment and none of you ever missed a class. Can you give me those assurances, please? Good, thank you.
Chancellor, I certify that all of the candidates being presented here today and those who are absent have satisfied the requirements of the Academic Senate for the degrees they are to be awarded. Would all the candidates for admission to degrees please stand? That's you guys.
That's you, yes. Graduands, in the name of the Council of Macquarie University and by my authority as Chancellor, I admit each of you present and those who are absent to the degrees for which you have qualified. Graduates, congratulations.
Please be seated. Chancellor, the graduates at this ceremony are from the Faculty of Business and Economics. The Faculty of Business and Economics is the largest faculty at Macquarie University and is one of the largest in Australia. A broad range of programs in some of the most exciting and topical areas of business and economics are offered, which continue to be in high demand domestically and internationally. Our graduates have recorded employment levels and starting salaries well above the average of all Australian business schools. Our research in this faculty is cutting edge and innovative and feeds into teaching, giving our students the best possible learning experience. This faculty includes research and study areas in accounting, actuarial studies, applied finance, economics, management and marketing. Chancellor, I now call on Professor Anne Ross-Smith to present the graduates. Professor Ross-Anne.
Chancellor, I present to you the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics whom you have admitted to degrees. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts with Bachelor of Commerce. Emma Appen. Humza Latif Aaron. Parvi Aziz. Alexander Buddle. Jennifer Carrion. Daniel William Christ. Oliver Cropley. Emily Dolan. Michael Mohammed Alassi. Melanie Fifi. Mariel Garcia. Emma Gibson. Danica Hart. Stephanie Amelia Hickman. Alexander Justin. Alexandra Leonard. Henderson Liu. Shirley Liu. Maria McGar. George Margin. Sarah Malore. Gillian MacDonald. Ellie Lucy McDougall. Elisa Mullen. Stephanie O'Connor. Ashwari Ravindan. Madison Ryan. Hang on. Sarah Jane Shockman. Lisa Truong. Adrian Sir. Katina Velastro. Shannon Marie Werrett. Nadia Waza. Amy Jung. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Business Administration with the Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting. Ozazi Egbenoma. Shirley Liang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with Bachelor of Science. Adrian Justin Borg. Josephine Cabrera. Jada Cambez. Carlos Kim. Terence Chun Hong Kwan. Christopher Burge Nalbandian. Teresa Tan Wen Tran. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Arts. Gabrielle Aboud. Sebastian Bleferet. Wesley Chun. Vishansaya Chanti Derad. Oh, sorry, I've jumped one. Sorry, what's happened to this? Okay. Sorry, everybody. Someone's been crossed off at the last minute. So we're now on to Jing Chun. Thomas Korn. Drian de Jong. Disha Jignesh Dahasai. Rochelle Dobson. Michael Francis Falicetti. Luke Ferris. Christina Halikakis. Ka Hu Hui. Zafi Mir Haider. Vikrant Joshi. Zvikombo Rareo Majawe. Sam Nicholas. Amy Richards. Christine Robida. Rachel Mari Seki. Victoria Ainsley Sharma. Harik Sinprasuth. Natalie Victoria Suarez. Jessica Turs. Laura Jane Torrey. Sultana Wafa. Samantha Kelly Webster. Guo Song Wu. Wen Li Ju. Mohammed Zrika. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce. Deepanshu Diman. Linda Liu. Sarah Rogers. Karan Singh. Ariba Tahir. Fang An Vu. Yi Cheng Wu. Wei Zhenjun. Chang Hao Li. Christopher Summerhays. Gugu Li. Shan Yin Shou. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce Professional Accounting. Zhe Lu. Zhongling Zhu. Sang Yu Li. Harvinder Singh. Subi Chue. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Science, Benjamin Wu. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Bachelor of Commerce with Bachelor of Laws with First Class Honours, Grace Zhang. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting Professional with Master of Commerce, Jialiang Chen. Kemen Chen. Mian Yongchen. Hui Chen. Shi Xing Chen. Xia Feng. He Jiang Ha. Wen Ting Ham. He Shui. Xiaojin Li. Shujing Li. Bingxin Lin. Bo Yi Liu. Mohammed Hanan Makbul. Xiao Kun Ni. Rong Su. Cheng Jian Wang. Lena Huang. Wei Jia Huang. Yu Chen Wang. Yan Yang. Degar Lin. Wen Xia Yin. Yu Chen Jiang. Ying Zhang. La Rong Zhao. Wan Ling Zhou. Guo Yizhong. Loser. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Accounting Professional, Kit Wing Kitty Chan. I present graduates admitted to the degree of Master of Commerce, Yi Fan Bai. Gui Ling Chen. Anthony Cooper. Yi Fang. Goulet. Ji Ho. Tichanan Jumpy. Nicholas Cohn. Yanxi Li. Chuan Lin. Achiong Liu. Sharma Majid. David Ng. Doreen Palmer. Xiaoqing Ren. Natrada Samwechwa. Wichara Tangjiwarong. Wen Wen Wang. Hu Huang. Fendi Ani Hun. Sarah White. Lachlan Edward Wright. Yujing Zhao. Fen Jung. Wadey Zhang. Van An Tai. Sorry. Van An is admitted to the Master of Accounting Extension. I present the graduate admitted to the degree of Master of Information Technology, Song Yoon Peck. Chancellor, that completes this morning's presentation of the graduates from the Faculty of Business and Economics.
Chancellor, I call on Miss Stephanie Amelia Hickman, who graduated today with a Bachelor of Arts with a Bachelor of Commerce, to speak on behalf of the graduating group. Miss Hickman.
Chancellor, members of the university, fellow graduates and guests. Today, for most of you, is probably the first day you've been back on campus since your last exam. Perhaps it's bringing back memories, perhaps of swatting away ibises in the central courtyard as you tried to enjoy lunch or enjoy a drink up at U-Bar, perhaps of dodging your way through rush hour on Molly's Walk, or thinking your coffee was an absolute bargain until you realised how deceptively small the cups are. And I bet it all feels like a lifetime ago already. There are some memories of Macquarie that we all share, but our paths, the paths that have led us to Macquarie, through Macquarie, and to standing here in our graduation ceremony today, have all been different. So whether your path has been a long one or a short one, whether you took the scenic route or the express route, whether it's been smooth sailing or high seas, or a little bit of everything, your journey deserves to be celebrated, and so do you. And today is your day to do just that. My memories of Macquarie are perhaps a little more recent than most of yours, and by recent I mean yesterday, because Macquarie University is not only my alma mater but my employer. But working on campus means that I've been watching graduation ceremonies unfold day after day for the past 2 weeks. It also means I know exactly what canapes are awaiting us in the marquee. There's always tears and smiles, flowers and champagne, celebration and disbelief. Disbelief of parents who can't believe their baby is now a university graduate, and disbelief of students who can't believe they made it through without ever purchasing the required textbook. Well, you better believe it, the day has come and we are now holding our degrees firmly in our hands. So I'd like you to cast your eyes down to those degrees and to the coat of arms which adorns it. The Macquarie Lighthouse, the Sirius Star, and the university motto. You may not have given much thought to what this means, or even seen this before today, but it means more than you realise. These symbols hold much more meaning than you realise. So, because no self-respecting graduation speech is complete without an extended metaphor and a couple of quotes, today I'd like to present your final lesson at Macquarie, Grad 101, Lessons from the Lighthouse, Symbolism and Meaning of the Macquarie University Coat of Arms. Firstly, you'll see the Macquarie Lighthouse. It's the longest serving lighthouse in Australia and was built to mark the entrance to Sydney Harbour and guide vessels navigating their way towards it. The lighthouses in our lives will not be the markers of harbour entrances, but the markers of opportunity. You need to look out for them, follow them, and chase them. Lighthouses, of course, also mark hazards. It's a bit cruel, isn't it? Sometimes shiny, glittery opportunities will morph into hazards as you move closer. But don't shy away. The challenges we face will shape us as much as our achievements and can open doors where we least expect. Steve Jobs, you may have heard of him, he's once said, "You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking backwards. So you have to trust that the dots will somehow connect in the future." We may not be able to see all of the lighthouses lined up ahead of us, but they'll come into focus as we sail forwards. Secondly, the Sirius star. Shining brightly above the Macquarie Lighthouse in the coat of arms, it's also known as the guide star and is the brightest star in the Earth's sky. This represents our goals and passions, which will reveal themselves to us as sure as the night reveals the stars. Just like the Sirius star, our goals and passions may not always be visible. Sometimes the sky is a little too cloudy, sometimes the timing is not quite right, and sometimes we're just looking in the wrong place. But they are always there, ready when we are, to be revealed and to guide us on our way. There is another lesson here. Even when you're the brightest star in the sky, there is always someone to outshine you. Sirius star, meet the sun. Even the brightest star in the sky has trouble shining during the daylight. Remember to stay modest. Finally, the university motto, "And gladly tesh." It comes from a larger passage written in Old English and translates to, "And gladly would he learn and gladly teach." Macquarie University has gladly taught us for 3, 4, 5 years now, perhaps more for some, and throughout that time we've sometimes gladly and sometimes not so gladly learned. Our time at Macquarie may be over, but we must not mistake our learning for being over. If you are going into employment, teach and learn from your colleagues. If you are entering further study, I certainly hope that there'll be more teaching and learning to come. And if you are going travelling, the world has so much to teach you and you have so much to learn about yourself. Your education is not finished and neither are you. So here comes the second quote. Human beings are works in progress who mistakenly think that they are finished. You will always be a work in progress, so keep working. There is no finish line. We win at life when we keep moving, keep doing, and keep learning. So wherever you go and whatever you do, look out for the lighthouses, let your passions guide you, and always gladly learn and gladly teach. This is one of the lighthouse moments in our lives. What will the next one be? Graduates, congratulations.
Well, thank you, Stephanie. Congratulations both on your speech and also on your double degree of Arts and Commerce. I'm glad to hear that you're working here at Macquarie. I hope you have a long association with Macquarie, and it is very important that you all take heed of Stephanie's advice, that you do keep learning. It's very important, and it is easy to think once you've picked up a degree that that's the end of your learning, but it's not. And you should embrace a lifetime of learning. We had a couple here last week, a husband and wife, who both collected a doctorate, and they had 2 little children with them who were sitting over there near where that little girl is down. By the way, I'm going to give her an honorary doctorate of clapping. She clapped all the way through that ceremony. I was very, very impressed with her. But anyway, the 2 little children of our double doctors couldn't work out why it took mum and dad forever to finish their homework. And the truth is, you never finish your homework. So keep at it. I think Stephanie deserves another great round of applause. Well done, Stephanie.
Orizzonte mancano le parole. Sì, lo so che non c'è luce in una stanza quando non manca il sole. Se say goodbye. Poesie che oramai non esiste la più. Adesso si vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esiste la più. It's time to say, quando sei lontana sull'orizzonte manca le parole. Io sono, tu sei qui con me, tu mia luna, tu sei qui con me. Io sono, tu sei qui con me, con me, con me, con me. Time to say goodbye. Poesie che oramai non esiste la più. Adesso si vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esiste la più. Time to say goodbye. Poesie che oramai non esiste la più. Adesso si vivrò con te, partirò su navi per mari che io lo so, non esiste la più.
Well, now, that wasn't too bad, was it? That glorious voice, ladies and gentlemen, belongs to Angela Brewer. Who'd like to hear Angela sing a little bit more? Would you? Okay. Well, no, hold your horses. All you have to do is enrol in another degree, and when you come back, I'll see if I can make sure that she sings at your next graduation as well. Angela sings at most of our graduations, but sometimes she can't make it. So you're very fortunate that she could today, because when Angela can't make it, I do the singing. And even if I do say so myself, I'm not very good at it. I think Angela deserves another great round of applause. As do our fabulous musicians, Dr. James Forsyth on the organ, and Mr. Colin Grisdale on the trumpet. I'd also like to very sincerely thank our alumni volunteers who are sitting over, some of them sitting over there and a couple over there, who come along to make sure that everything runs smoothly at your graduation. They deserve a great round of applause too. And sitting behind me are representatives of our academic community who have been very important to your journey through Macquarie. I think you'd like to thank them as well. Now, graduates, this is the last of 17 graduation ceremonies we've held over the last this week and last week. A lot of work goes into organising them, And I think you'd like to thank the people who do that, and they're the people in our graduation unit headed by Simone Ross. Is Simone there? She might come and take a bow. Come and take a bow. Take a bow. That's it. There they are. Give them another clap. Good on you. Well, graduates, this ceremony marks the end of one stage in your relationship with Macquarie, but it is certainly not the end of your association with Macquarie. From today on, for the rest of your lives, you are part of the bigger Macquarie family, which is our alumni, and part of the network of more than 170,000 Macquarie alumni spanning the globe. We'll keep in touch with you through our alumni program, which is focused on lifelong learning, lifelong support and lifelong connections. Our commitment to you is to help you keep in touch and engaged with Macquarie throughout your life. And graduates, please do make sure to come back to Macquarie, either to undertake more study, attend alumni events, or perhaps use our aquatic and fitness facilities, or even, if the mood takes you, just to have a stroll through our very nice campus, or even enjoy a picnic down by the lake with some of your friends. You'll always be welcome at Macquarie. Well, now, graduates, the award of a university degree carries many opportunities and privileges, but like all privileges, it also carries responsibilities. Believe it or not, you, each and every one of you, can change the world. And you don't have to be a Nobel Prize winner to do it either. Because almost everything you do, in your homes, in your workplaces, and in your communities matters and can make a huge difference. The consequences of every effort, every action, large or small, can reverberate throughout society through the decades, indeed the centuries. Even something as simple as a kind word or a kind gesture can often be the spark that ignites a great life or a great career or a great achievement. So as Chancellor of Macquarie University, I charge you to use what you have learned, not only for your own benefit, but also for the betterment of the community. I charge you to use the skills and knowledge you have acquired with rigour and integrity, and to commit yourselves to a program of lifelong learning and inquiry. I charge you to recognise the worth and dignity of all people, particularly those who've not had the opportunities that you've enjoyed. I charge you to set high goals and to continue the hard work that has brought you so far. Wherever you go, I charge you to go with all your heart. And in all you do, I charge you to uphold the good name of Macquarie University. Graduates, I hope also that you'll always remember the people who've helped you along the way, many of whom, of course, are here with you today to help you celebrate. So to acknowledge their contribution and thank them for it, I'm going to ask you now to do a couple of things for me. Graduates, would you now please stand? Now I'd like you to put your degrees on the seats behind you so that your hands are free. And I'd like you to turn to face your families and your friends. And now I invite you to give them a mighty round of applause. Now, graduates can turn around now, but don't sit down because we'll be moving out in just a moment. And by the way, you might pick up your degrees too. We wouldn't want anyone leaving one behind. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, shortly, in a moment, in fact, I will lead the official party out through the centre aisle, and then we will be followed by all of the graduates. And I would now invite all of you to now please stand. And please remain standing until the last of the graduates have processed out, and then I want you to join them in the procession down to the Macquarie, where I hope you'll stay for a little while and enjoy some light refreshments with us. Well, graduates, I wish you the very best for the future. And in the words of the old Irish blessing, may the road rise up to meet you. May the wind always be at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face and rains fall soft upon your fields. And until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. Graduates, good luck.